Hello, my name is Lucy. Welcome to my class. In this unit, we will learn to identify ethnic boundary markers by classification, master several roots and semantic expressions, write effective sentences, and talk about Chinese traditional festivals in English. Well, let's come to the first part, leading. Are you familiar with the melody of this song? Do you remember the title of this song? Yes, Descendants of the Dragon. In the ancient East, there is a dragon, is named China. Black eyes, black hair, and yellow skin were all descendants of dragon. So, you know the topic of this unit, ethnic identity. Ethnic means relating to a particular race, nation, or tribe, and their customs and traditions. Ethnical has the same meaning. Now, let's come to the second part discussion. Please look at this picture and discuss the following question. How many ethnic groups are there in China? Can you name some of them? Yes, as a large, united, multinational state, China is composed of 56 ethnic groups. Han Chinese account for 91.59% of the overall Chinese population, and the other 55 make up the remaining 8.41%, according to the 5th National Population Census of 2000. The Han Chinese can be found in almost every part of China. However, they mainly live in the middle and the lower reaches of the Yellow River, Yangtze River, and the Pearl River, and also in the northeast plain region. They form the largest ethnic group within China and also the largest in the world. The Han people have their own distinctive way of life. Although they make up only a small proportion of the overall Chinese population, the 55 minority ethnic groups are distributed extensively throughout different regions of China. The regions where they are most concentrated are Southwest China, Northwest China, and Northeast China. Zhuang has the largest population of minority ethnic groups. The other ethnic groups are Miao, Hui, Yi, Man, Yao, Bai, and so on. With guidance from the Chinese government, the minority areas that have been given regional autonomy are entitled to deal with their own affairs. Together with Han people, the Chinese minorities are making great efforts to build a prosperous China. Well, let's come to the second question. How can you distinguish people of one ethnic group from another? Yes, languages, colors, religions, and cultural traits, and so on. Let's look at the pictures. Do you know what nationality or minorities the people in the pictures belong to? The first one, Yi minority. The second one, Bai minority. And third one, Miao minority. Well, let's come to the third part, classification. First one, definition. Classification means the act or process of sorting out ideas, objects, or people into various classes, categories, or types that are whole and independent according to a certain principle. It is good for paragraph development, and it is also good for expository essays. The purpose is to group things more systematically. Now, 3 steps to develop a classification. Step 1, classify by a single principle. The organizing principle is how you sort the groups. Do not allow different principles to appear out of nowhere and destroy the whole structure of the essay. Step 2. Determine the categories. Make sure that no critical category is left out of your classification. Otherwise, your essay would be considered incomplete or vulnerable to attacks. Step 3. Exemplify or define each category. In general, you should give examples for each category. The most important category, usually reserved for last, may require more elaboration. Now, application of classification to analyze the text. Ethnic boundary markers. You can recognize classification words. How does the author illustrate each category? Are there any transitional expressions? Yes, definition in the first paragraph. As we know, each ethnic group has a way of determining or expressing membership. Our factors used to demonstrate or denote group membership are called ethnic boundary markers. Overt means done in the open way and not secretly, whereas covert has the opposite meaning. Ethnic boundary markers are important not only to identify the members to one another, but also to demonstrate identity and distinctiveness from non-members, because they serve to distinguish members from all other groups. A single boundary marker is insufficient. Thus, combinations of ethnic boundary markers are used to distinguish one ethnic group from another. In the second paragraph, language frequently serves as an ethnic boundary marker. However, just because two populations share a common language does not mean they share a common identity any more than the fact that two populations speak different languages means that they have two distinct identities. For example, a person may be Irish and speak either Gaelic or English as his or her native language. In the third paragraph, religion may serve as ethnic identity marker. In the fourth paragraph, physical characteristics can also indicate ethnic identity. Members of the three major ethnic groups in Malaysia, Malay, Indians, and Chinese are readily distinguishable by their physical appearance. In paragraph 5, cultural traits remain the most important, diverse, and complex category of ethnic boundary markers. In paragraph 6, clothing styles have historically served as the most overt single indicator of ethnic identity. On special occasions, many people emphasize their ethnic identity by wearing ethnic clothes. For example, Native American wears Indian clothes decorated with beadwork and ribbon work. Over the past 100 years, a rapid homogenization of world material culture, food habits, and technology has erased many of the more overt cultural markers. Today, you do not have to be a Mexican to enjoy taco or Japanese to have sushi for lunch. Similarly, you can dine on hamburgers, the all-American food in China, Japanese, Russia, and most other countries. As saying goes, the charm of culture is to overpower nationality. So, what do you know about Chinese cultural traits? Can you give some examples?